Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, passion for excellence.
This is Autoline Daily for Thursday, July 8, 2010, and we're just one slot away from discovering the top auto from our Car of the Century countdown. Can you feel the tension? Well, before you crown any winner, you always have to announce the runner-up, just in case our victor cannot perform the duties required by the Car of the Century champion. And here, second place goes to a proud two-door whose automotive influence still looms large. The international jury voting on the Car of the Century bestows second place on the Austin Mini. While most automakers use large teams of engineers to design cars, the Mini is largely the brainchild of Alec Isagonis. Working with a small group of people and suppliers, this car goes from concept to production in only 3 years' time, a remarkable accomplishment even by today's standards. The design team changes the basic layout used on most cars of the day, putting the wheels at the four corners and mounting the engine transversely and using front-wheel drive. The car is fitted with rubber cones instead of springs to give it four-wheel independent suspension. The overall layout leaves a lot of room for interior space. But more than being practical, the Mini, being only 10 feet long, 4 feet wide, and 4 feet high, is cute. Everyone who sees it instantly falls in love with it, and it soon finds its way into the hearts of the motoring public.
5.6 million, the largest number of any British production model. It's still being sold today. We're selling 300 a day even now. The car was introduced in '59. So popularity gets a tick in a box. Economy gets a tick in a box. It was a car that was launched at about $750 in England at the time. Carries 4 people with their luggage in a family environment. Fantastic value. And don't forget, in those days, in '59, a lot of people were still riding motorcycles to work. So having a Mini that was 10 feet long, 4 feet wide, 4 feet high, and took 4 people, cost 599 sterling pounds, was a fantastic deal. So economy, tick in a box. And the third, but probably most important thing for the purpose of this event, is the engineering that's in it, because it's incredibly clever packaging. There is 1 foot 6 inch, just 18 inches, in which they put the engine and the gearbox and the transmission. It used in its original form rubber suspension. The packaging was brilliant. Sir Alec Isagonis, the engineer who designed it, was really a genius. And I think it would be fair to say that it was an example of the very first of the genre of European car that we see so commonly today, the small front-wheel drive car.
As small as it is, the Mini can seat 4 adults. It has plenty of pockets to store stuff in the car and even has more room under the seats. The trunk is designed to hold an amazing amount of luggage, and as long as it's not raining, the trunk lid is configured so even more luggage can hang out the rear end. The Mini can easily travel at 70 miles an hour on highways, yet can also deliver 50 miles per gallon. And in Europe's crowded cities, the Mini can fit into almost any parking space. In fact, it's so short, you can park 2 in the space reserved for 1.
The Mini is a very small automobile with a remarkable amount of room inside it. That packaging has been applied again and again and again to everything from Volkswagens to Dodge Omnis to Cadillacs, that whole front-wheel drive package.
They took all 4 wheels and shoved them way out to the corners of the car, so the wheel wells did not intrude into the passenger compartment. Furthermore, the original Mini had tiny wheels on it. They were 10-inch diameter wheels. And this made the wheel wells smaller and, again, reduced the intrusiveness in the body. And that's how you could get 4 adults into a car that was so tiny.
The car is sold under 2 brand names, as the Morris Mini and the Austin 7. It also spawns several derivatives, including the Mini Moke, which proves particularly popular on Caribbean islands. Because it's so small and nimble, the Mini is fun to drive. It becomes a popular car to race, especially on the rally circuit, winning the Monte Carlo Rally 3 times in the capable hands of Timo Mäkinen and Paddy Hopkirk. It would have been 4 wins, but in 1966, the Mini, with the best time, is disqualified for having the wrong bulbs in the lights. A later model is also fitted with a more powerful engine prepared by John Cooper of Formula One fame. It's called the Mini Cooper, and it instantly captures the go-go spirit of the 1960s.
It had a cult following because there were high-performance versions of the Mini. There was one called the Mini Cooper S, and it had a little bigger tires on it and a more powerful engine. And it was never a fast car in a straight line like a GTO, but it was so small, it was so nimble, it was great in a rally, great on a road course, and cars like that had a following wherever there were automotive enthusiasts.
It's a very popular cult car in the United States. It's very significant. But I think if you talk to an average American and mention the Mini, it would sort of fly over their heads. Mainly enthusiasts like the car. But in Europe, again, where space is at a premium, gas prices are very high, the Mini was a much more popular mainstream car than it was in the United States.
Because of his brilliant design, Alec Issigonis is knighted Sir Alec Issigonis by Queen Elizabeth. Perhaps one of the greatest attributes of his design is that it's still in production today. And BMW, which now owns Rover and the rights to the Mini brand, is going to bring out a modernized version of the car. Unlike the original, the new Mini will be sold in the American market. While the original never caught on over here, you can quite literally find them all over the world.
If you put them all together, they stretch right round the whole of the continental United States, or from London to Sydney in a line. If you think about that, when we exported probably more than 65% of them, enormous export earnings, so very important for Britain, but actually more important for our industry. It was a great step forward.
Introducing Bridgestone's third generation of run-flat tires with groundbreaking new Bridgestone technologies. Bridgestone run-flat tires offer improved ride comfort, lower rolling resistance, and improved wear while giving you the peace of mind and comfort you need.
Well, that's it. We're just one day away from the most influential car from the 20th century. Join us tomorrow when we crown the champion. Thanks for watching this special edition of Autoline Daily, and we will see you on Friday.